Hey, welcome to another episode of Rooftop Rally Point. Super glad you're here. Recently, we were doing the play Last Out, Elegy of a Green Beret, which, by the way, if you have not seen that, you need to go see it. Go to lastoutplay.com and you can see where we're performing. But we had just performed the play in Buffalo, New York. And when the cast got off the plane, went to the theater, we walked into the theater to perform this thing, to get ready. And I was astounded at the amount of work that had gone into the readiness and the reception of not just the cast, but our entire team. The volunteers had food set up for us because, you know, we had been flying, we hadn't eaten. They had someone there waiting to take us to where we were going to be performing and show us the space. Someone had already worked our, getting us into lodging. They picked us up at the airport. They had an itinerary for us. And then, at our station where we got ready to perform, they just had everything ready to go, right? And I know a lot in the entertainment world, divas and people who are high performers expect some of that kind of stuff. But that was not what this was. These were all volunteers. And what we're doing is all nonprofit work. What it was hospitality. What it was community influencers and leaders who understood the power of hospitality in a high-stakes environment. They knew that if they showed us hospitality and really received us in, that we would perform better. It would elicit a sense of reciprocity, and we would want to do as much as we could for them. It's a very natural, authentic way of leadership at the community level, and it's essential to the Lawrenceian skills that we talk about in rooftop leadership. Hospitality is a key rooftop leadership Lawrenceian skill. Lawrence of Arabia, and that's what I mean Lawrenceian skills. He mobilized the entire Bedou tribe to confederate and overthrow the city of Aqaba, the crown jewel, right, of the Ottoman Turks, and really turned the table in World War I in 1917, using a lot of the skills that we're talking about in this video series, and that's why I call them the Lawrenceian skills. And certainly hospitality is a big part of it. Understanding the power of hospitality, both as a giver and a receiver. I will tell you, hospitality has tremendous business impacts for you in the modern era, especially when you think about how trust depleted, how distracted, how disengaged the world is. When someone demonstrates hospitality, it's a powerful thing. I would go to places in Afghanistan that were so trust depleted, so violent, yet an elder would bring us into their home, give us their last quarter of meat, share their fire with us, share their stories with us, and make us feel welcome. As a result of that, it accelerated trust, it accelerated the connection, it demonstrated their status and their ability to take care of business. It's just a powerful, primal leadership tool that no one hardly uses anymore. So if you're listening to this, watching this, please hear me, that hospitality is a powerful tool. Remember that we are social creatures at our core. So 80 to 90% of who we are is below the waterline. Yeah, we're in a rush all the time. I want it fast. I want it now. We seldom answer the door when someone comes. Shh, be quiet. Somebody's at the door. You know what I mean? Like that comedian did. Whereas before we had front porches and we welcomed people in. But when we demonstrate hospitality in our life and business, it still elicits the same, hear me, the same primal response that it did with our ancestors. So in other words, the same hospitality that I experienced in those badlands of Afghanistan is just as effective in Buffalo, New York when the cast shows up for the play. It's just as effective in your office. It's just as effective when you bring a prospect in as a financial advisor for the dinner that you're having to get them to come back for a second meeting, okay? Or a group of volunteers at a PTA. Hospitality elicits connection and reciprocity. Okay, I'd like you to think about an example in your own life where you've seen hospitality in the last 45 days. Have you gone to a restaurant where the experience was so cool Wasn't just the service. It was the way you were made to feel when you walked in. Some companies, Fortune 100 companies, call it the customer experience. I think that's overused. I look at commercial bankers today who call themselves relationship managers. It's laughable. I could tell you stories about that. No, it's not the real elements of hospitality. So we talk a good game, but we don't use it, right? So I want you to look at an example in your life where you've seen hospitality at play, and in your core, you knew it was solid. Monty and I went to a wedding recently to a dear friend of ours, Renee. Her son got married, and the hospitality that they showed us, the way they made us feel part of the family, the way we knew where everything was going on, the little experiences they created for us to feel welcome and to feel part of the celebration, I've never seen before at a wedding. And I'm not a wedding guy. I hate weddings. But the hospitality was so genuine and so cool that I felt a primal connection to the whole experience. So where in your life have you seen it? Has it been at a restaurant? Has it been at someone else's office? Another place you went to visit across the world? Where have you seen hospitality? And what was it that made it so possible? What did it make you feel, first of all? And then what was it that they did specifically? Guess what? Rinse and repeat, man. Rinse and repeat, because those are the primal action steps that work in a timeless fashion, right? Bringing someone into your home and sharing a meal with them. Bringing someone into your home and knowing what they like to drink. Bringing someone into your office, right? And having a comfortable place for them to sit and really taking time to just talk to them for a few minutes about where they are, right? After you find that example, then I would actually like you to evaluate hospitality in your life and business. Take a look at your business, your nonprofit, your office where you work. Are you showing hospitality when your prospects come in, your clients? Are you showing hospitality on your sales call, or are you just being transactional, right? Are you showing hospitality when your people come in to talk to you? Is there an open door policy? Do they feel welcome, or do they feel like they should stand at friggin' parade rest like when I was on active duty, right? It makes a big difference. If you're running events or workshops, how are you treating them? If you're selling online products, what's their experience like? Is there someone working hospitality? We're going to spend a little time on this. I've talked to Wes about it, and we're going to make a couple of runs at hospitality because it is a Lawrenceian skill that is so underused in the world today, right? And if you just think differently about it, and also hospitality in your home, right? How do your kids' friends feel when they come in? Do you stand up and shake their hand, right? Do you welcome them into your home, or do you just kind of nod at them while you keep working on your laptop, right? It makes a difference. How we treat people in our life and business determines how they will treat us, how they will think about us, how they will perform when we're not looking. That's the stuff of rooftop leadership. Those are the Lawrenceian skills. If those made sense to you and they start to light you up, I definitely want you at our Rooftop Leadership Live that we're doing October 4th through the 6th. You can go right to rooftopleadership.com, look at our training section. It's right there. You can enroll online. You're going to get this plus a ton of storytelling skills, active listening skills that will help you be a better leader who inspires people to follow you, who can create movements. It's such a powerful thing, all right? Thanks for what you do. Can't wait till the next episode. I'll see you on the rooftop.